What if I told you that every single person on this earth is born rich? When growing up, I used to believe that I was not born to fail, always the winner. Of course, that's very true. It's okay to say good on yourself, but you need to live the real you. You need to be yourself, because I believe every person has got their own personal story. My story is not the same as your story. Her story is not the same as his story, but you have to be part of people who bring changes. I remember when growing up, going to my father, and then I was asking him for some money, and he could say, "What should we do?" What if I told you that every single person on this earth is born rich? Not rich in money, not rich in possession or anything else, but rich in spirit. Then while growing up, along the way, many of us forget that we are so rich in spirit. Hi, this is Al for Sierra Taifa. The reason why I'm doing this kind of videos is because what I'm doing right now, I'm just recording this kind of videos so that they can help me to become a better speaker. With at least 30 minutes, I believe that's fair, that's enough. And through these videos, I am pretty sure that you're having a lot of things, you're having a lot of lessons you are learning from me. And at the same time, I'm a global citizen. I'm open to learning about new things, about different skills and related stuff. So be here every week. I'll be dropping this kind of videos every week, and connect with me by subscribing and making sure that you have followed me on my different social media for daily contents like this. Have you ever wondered why are children naturally curious? Why do kids dream without limits? And why do they laugh more freely than adults? That means they are so rich in spirit. Imagine this scenario. Walking into a hospital maternity ward. Some babies are born into wealth families. Some are born into poverty. Some are born in New York. Some are born in Tanzania. Some are born with opportunities waiting for them, and others are born into different circumstances. But from what I believe, there is one thing they have in common. None of them are born believing they are not enough. They don't believe at first. When these children are born, they believe they're all equal, and they don't believe that they're not enough. A newborn baby doesn't care about status, doesn't compare itself to others, and a newborn baby doesn't even think things like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful at all, people don't like me, all stuff like that. Have you ever thought, or have you ever seen any newborn baby thinking like that way? I'm pretty sure that you haven't seen any. That's what I'm talking about whenever I say everyone is born rich in spirit. In this world, nobody arrives here insecure. Everyone is born believing in themselves. But while growing up, these beliefs, believing in failure, believing you are behind the life, they are born when a person is growing. And all of these beliefs, they make a person feel insecure. So all I can say is that these beliefs are learned. They're just from the experience we obtain while growing up. So maybe the biggest problem or the biggest tragedy isn't that people are born poor. The greatest problem is that they are born rich in spirit, and they spend their entire life forgetting that they have that kind of spirit. So from the examples I have given to you, you come to realize that we are so rich in spirit. We have spiritual wealth. And whenever I say rich in spirit, I'm not talking about religion. Keep that into mind. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about anything else related to it. I'm talking about the invisible qualities every human possesses before life starts shaping them. They believe the power or the qualities that come naturally. We all know that children are very curious. A child may be asking you hundreds of millions of thousands of questions. Why is the sky blue? They'll be asking like, why do birds fly? Why do people cry? They are fascinated by life because the things they all see in this world, they're so fascinating. But somehow, along the way, many adults stop asking questions as they're growing up. The nature of asking questions, and they become more comfortable. And at some point they may become more predictable, and their minds become so closed. So their mind closed. Why do I say we are born rich in spirit? We are fearless. How many times a kid falls before learning to walk? Hundreds, possibly thousands, I don't know, depending on the kid. Yet they keep on trying, they keep on doing, they keep on working so that they can make sure that they walk. Imagine if adults approached life to that way. Most of people quit after that one failure. Children don't quit. They just keep on making sure that they practice. They keep on making sure that they don't give up or they don't stop until they are able to walk. Another reason I say that we are so rich in spirit is we are born rich in spirit is because of creativity. Most of kids or children, they're so creative. Whenever you give a kid a cardboard box, they will brainstorm or they will work hard to make sure that they can come up with something interesting from it. They can create a spaceship, they can create a castle, a house, a car, or any other different form of craft. That shows that kids are so creative. But the same card box, whenever you give it to an adult, they may see it as a garbage and they end up dumping it. They end up trashing it because they see it as a garbage. The creativity is no longer there. The creativity didn't disappear, but it was just buried. So why all of this creativity, authentic and hardworking, or curiosity, or even fearless disappear? They disappear. It's not because they're not there, it's just because they're buried. People don't care anymore while they're growing up. There are different factors which made people to bury their spiritual wealth. The very big factor which makes people to bury their spiritual wealth is comparison. Whenever comparison enters in our lives, everything changes. Nobody teaches comparison direct. Can you mention if you have ever encountered a person who taught you comparison among people? Maybe they can just compare things but not people, potentials. And how do we often start comparing ourselves or comparing our abilities to other people? It all started with kids, for example. People may be like, oh, look at your cousin, look at your classmate, look at your brother, look at what everyone else is doing. And that's where comparison starts, because we may devalue others' abilities on how they do things rather than knowing how to improve their abilities. That's where something dangerous begins. You stop measuring yourself against your own growth. You start measuring yourself against everyone else. Comparison creates a permanent feeling of lack. No matter what you achieve, somebody has more. Of course, you will be eager to have more money, but whenever you achieve, somebody has more than you. More followers, somebody has got more than you. or somebody was there before you. More beauty, the same. More success, more opportunities. The problem is comparison has no finish line. There is no specific conclusion that this is the optimal, or this is the best, or this is the unit for success, this is the unit for money, this is the unit for followers, or something like that. This is witnessed by social media, because social media has been a room for showing up for comparisons, unnecessary comparisons. There are other factors which makes us to forget who we are, or they make us to forget that we are so rich in spirit. School systems, most of them, they end up rewarding conformity. The created systems within the schools are not friendly to everyone. They may consider certain type of skills or capabilities and ignore some other types of skills. I was talking to one of my guests I invited on my podcast, the Icons podcast, and then I just asked him a question: what skills you were not taught in school but you learned as you growing up? And he said most of the skills are not taught in school because the school system has got their own kind of skills they push more, rather than it's just like a matrix or limiting the skills or things people have to learn.
I don't think schools back in Tanzania teach you how to cook. And I think it's not only cooking though. I think most of the skills, because I feel like there should be all this like a wide ground of skills that a student or like a young kid could like pick, what they fell in love with, and then they just be trained in that area. Like there will be like class stuff, and then there'll be like all these skills and hobbies or something like that. I feel like we could have been a step further.
So I have talked about comparison and social media validation. People feel the sense of comparing themselves with others, and also unrealistic expectations, cultural definition of success. It's like we have our certain limit or definition of success. On my side, whenever a person asks me what does success or achievement mean, I would say it's the ability to grab or to secure what you are dreaming. For example, there is no specific unit that to mention that this person is successful. Whenever you say that, for example, let me give you a very good example. I was dreaming to have this kind of microphone, and then I have it. I have already achieved it. This is a very big achievement to me. But some other people may see like, bro, it's nonsense. It's useless. Because everyone have got their own priorities. And another thing is, we do feel like failing is embarrassing. We don't consider it as the process of learning. When growing up, I used to believe that I was not born to fail. I was always the winner. Of course, that's very true. It's okay to say good on yourself, but at some point it's not that true, because you have to fail, you have to lose so that you can win next time, or so that you can pass. Yeah, when growing up, I was doing really well in the class, primary school, secondary school, and then I went to high school. I became a very normal student, a mediocre student. It was mainly because I was not paying that much attention in the class, but it was not that I didn't know things. It was not that I'm dumb or I'm not that smart anymore. I think the main reason was because the priorities changed. So I don't believe if failure or losing is the unit of, or is the sign of embarrassing. After seeing the things which made us lose our spiritual wealth, let's say about the signs or the costs of losing the spiritual wealth. You may be feeling empty despite achievements. Have you ever attained that state when you feel so down? You have everything, you have already achieved what you plan to go for, but you feel down, you feel empty, or you feel lost, because you need to have that kind of spirit in you which will enable you to appreciate what you have fought for. And another thing is living for approval. There are some other people who tend to live their lives by waiting for other people to appreciate or approve what they have been doing. Whenever you feel like you have to wait for other people to approve on what you're doing, bro, you're losing your spiritual wealth. The very big factor or the very big sign for you to notice that you are losing your spiritual wealth is having constant comparison. As I have mentioned, Ari, that comparison is the killer. People do compare different abilities without considering the factors which made other people to act that way. You need to live the real you. You need to be yourself, because I believe every person has got their own personal story. My story is not the same as your story. Her story is not the same as his story, but there are points where all our stories coincide or combine and come common together. Have you ever wondered why adults miss childhood the most? It's not because childhood was perfect. Have you ever thought about the adults who say that I really wish to go back 5 years ago? I really wish to go back 5 years. I really wish to go back 10 years. But they can't go back anymore because they are grown up now. It's not because their childhood was very perfect. It's because at that time we felt free, we were happy, and we felt the presence. We were present at that time. We were not carrying expectations. We were just living our best moments. Those days, you're just playing outside and then coming back home, eating and seeing friends, families, and that was our lives. It was very beautiful. We were not constantly performing for others. I can say we are not the main characters. We were just supporting their lives. Yeah, it was fun when growing up. I remember when growing up, going to my father, and then I was asking him for some money, and he could say he could say that I don't have money right now. So what should we do? The best way to do now is reconnecting with the original self. With your original self, you have to do the efforts in order to retain or regain your spiritual richness. You need to do journaling. Journaling is about writing your life experience, documenting all the experiences, personal, you have encountered in your life, and having gratitude. Yeah, you have to appreciate, you have to be grateful with everything you are getting in this life, because you are rich in spirit. Another way we can do is building a genuine relationship, the type of people you are interacting with, the group of friends you are taking matters a lot. How you spend your time. One reason to why I'm doing this kind of videos, I'm not into motivation speech, but I feel like I need to create more than consuming. It doesn't mean you have to be a content creator, but it means you have to be part of people who bring changes. You need to have a bigger purpose than yourself. The way you are right now is the results of the person you dreamt of, the dream you dreamt in the past. This is not about becoming something or someone, becoming someone completely new. It's all about remembering who you were before the world convinced that you were not enough. I believe that everybody is born rich in spirit. The goal is not becoming rich. The goal is to remember the wealth you already have. If you have been here from a very good start, thank you so much for watching. My name is Alpha Sierra Taifa, and this is Why with Alpha. Make sure that you have subscribed, you have turned on the notification bell, and comment, share as much as you can, and be ready for another one next week. See you here. Make sure that you have subscribed and become part of this journey. Yeah, see you on the next one.